Parachute Poppies is a podcast about two fathers who are also U.S. Army Paratrooper war veterans. This is not about guns, violence, or politics. It's actually about the thing nobody ever talks about. The most awesome thing in the world. Being a dad.
Yo, what up? Welcome back to Parachute Poppies. It's been a hot minute. How you doing, bro?
Doing good, brother. How you doing?
I'm all right. I just got settled in. I was moving. That was the holdup, but I'm all connected now. I'm hardwired in now, so I shouldn't have any connection issues.
I'm digging the visuals in the background. You got your new man cave set up?
Yeah, it's a really an office. I wish I could call it a man cave, bro. It ain't got a TV. You know, that's law. I don't make up the rules. Hey, though, so I had to go to the doctor. It was really just like a routine checkup, man. He sent me for blood work. It went back, I went back to the doctor after I received the results, and he said, Brandon, your DNA is backwards. I said, and
That's clutch. Where'd you get that one from?
Bro, I can't tell you. Those are all open. Anyways, that was your dad joke. That was your dad joke to start this off. So what I want to talk about today, what we've been wanting to talk about is like how we are resembling our parents, right? As we become parents. And I'm gonna ask you a question, man. Do you remind yourself of your dad yet?
All the time. More and more. The more I yell at my kids, the more I hear my dad's voice come out of my mouth.
That sucks. So you actually are in a way are punishing yourself when you yell at your kids. You know that, like, you gotta you gotta relive that shit too, man.
I have to hear it again.
So like, is there a specific? Is it the tone? Is it the actual things you're yelling, or what is it?
Yeah. Sometimes it's verbatim. Like my dad used to get mad at us whenever we move slow. Like when it's time to go to school, it's like, get your backpack, get in the car, let's go. And then it's like, okay, cool, boom, shiny nickel, and I get distracted. And all the thing he used to always say is, you guys are moving like snails. And then now when my kids are moving, like it just comes out without me even thinking about it. I just regurgitate
Man.
it fast. So just a small little chuckle whenever I do that, and then say to myself in my head like, "Daggone, you are turning into your dad." But I love my pop. Shout out to you, Dad.
There you go. I love my dad too, man. That's
What about you?
I haven't. I don't think I've been dadding long enough to recognize any verbatims, but like definitely, uh, I stopped. I stopped using GPS when I should. And
Yeah,
I
that's the thing.
definitely try to think I'm smarter than Google Maps all of a sudden. Uh, and that was a change that's happened since I became a dad. I think it's just like a little bit of a mentality, like I already know how to do things that I don't. And my dad does that for sure. Like
Yeah.
he doesn't like to read directions or use help or advice. So I'm trying to stay aware so I don't like go too deep into that, but that's the
Still
thing I'm
happen.
noticing. Yo, and yeah, and I hate traffic all of a sudden. Like it didn't I used to like all of a sudden it bothers me. I'm way cheap now too, unnecessarily. Like I complain about you have to pay to use the freeway. What is it called? The toll road.
Yeah, the tolls.
It went up like 6 pesos, which is, maybe a quarter. And I definitely I've said it, like, complained about it more than once.
Have you started complaining about the roads yet?
Oh yeah. I'm gonna have to check that out after we stop. Make sure the car's okay.
They need to repave this road. They're repaving the ones that are good already. We're paying our taxes. They gotta repave this one.
For real, man.
Turn
So
into a
like,
grouch.
all right. I got a question though. What's brown and sticky?
Well, what's brown and sticky?
Yeah, what's
That's
brown?
it. There's nothing more to it.
Yeah, what's brown and sticky?
Brown sticky. Peanut butter.
A stick.
Stupid.
The
Wapa, dag joke number 2.
I hit you. You
Your
thought
New
that
Balance
first
is
one
showing.
was the my tube socks. The
Yo, quick sidebar. One of my assignments in class was to write about like advertising an invention that you think would be cool. So I wrote this whole dad article on a tong that has a setting where like when you click it, it's louder. So it elevates like your dad power ranking by like 50.
That's super
I got
creative.
100. That's happening.
Oh, that's sick. That's sick. Congrats, man. What are you in now? You're going for your bachelor's? Are you did you get
Yeah.
a yeah, good.
Yeah, I finished my bachelor's. I should be done by spring and enter the masters. You know,
That's what's up, man. Congrats.
better late than on time.
Yeah. I'm about to start up on this doctorate level stuff, but
Oh yeah, congrats.
I've been a master for about a hot minute, almost a year now. But
You've had your hoodie on.
yeah, but I'm gonna start the doctor one soon. It's just that I've run out of GI money, so it's gonna come out the pocket now. Yeah, it's hard. It's a lot harder to get motivated when it's at that point.
Mm-hmm.
So back on the dad thing, is there any, this is a little bit personal, is there any one thing that you didn't like about your father that you are seeing in yourself?
Yeah, like my father.
I mean, I know you love the dude, but I mean, everybody got dad, some issues.
Yeah, no. I mean, they're superhero until you like hit puberty and realize they have flaws, right?
Right.
Let me think. Ooh, you caught me off guard that one. Oh, I would say he's very dispassionate. So like, which is actually like my favorite word. Um, uh, but it's like one of those things where he could be completely unattached emotionally to whatever he decides, and he can show no emotion, even if he feels like, like he loves us. But like I wasn't over there high-fiving my dad. We didn't have our own special handshake. It was like he just shows up to the game, finish my football game, then I get all the candid feedback after.
Right.
But it was very like I was kind of I guess I was kind of loved how in the movies, dads will always call their sons, "Hey, what's up, bud?" or nicknames or something like that. Didn't really have that. It was just John or Yoange in Samoan, and if he was angry, it was Yange. But never had that. But that's something I did make sure that I did with my son Timo, and actually all my kids. So I call them all little funny names just because I never had that.
Yeah, that's deep, man. That's good. That's something definitely I would say to be that's a good thing to be cognizant of, right? Like
Yeah.
making sure your relationships stay personal.
Yeah.
Even if it's with your own kids, man. You never want anything to feel like a business.
Yeah.
That's deep. With
Unless we're
my
running late for church, it's like,
one, two, three. You don't want to. You gotta number them. you gotta.
Yo, I don't even check for whoever. When I take accountability of my kids, we do head counts. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, let's go.
There you
Got
go.
everybody. But yeah, go ahead, man.
My mom did that one time, but it was just me and my sister, and I was like, "Yo, there's two of us. That's there's really unnecessary counting going on." All right, couple things I want to ask you about age appropriateness. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
how did you decide, or do you decide, um, age appropriateness is? What I mean by this is, for instance, right? Is it different for a boy and a girl when they're appropriate to be in public without a shirt on? Um, Now I understand laws and stuff. I'm not trying to get into that. I'm trying to get into how and when and what factors decide what is age appropriateness. And that could be anything here? I'll start with a question. When was Timo or is Timo allowed to go outside and play without supervision?
Yeah, yeah. I would say our age appropriate. We don't really tie like how loose the leash is to age. It's more about maturity. So it's like, all right, can like Megan and I will sit down, we'll discuss it. Hey, do we think he can handle it? Like right now, Malia, she has this little triangle that she travels throughout the neighborhood with her friends, and it's like from our house to her friend's house, which is about 5 houses down, to another friend's house, which is in like the border of our subdivision. So she can get a good, quarter-mile walk in um around the neighborhood. But it's because we do have um, we do trust her to do the right thing. We kind of like build them up to, they all know our phone numbers. They know our names. They can communicate. They know what to do. Stranger danger. Things like that. But it all just comes down to trust. So like, okay, can they handle it? Can we trust them to do it? Cool. And eventually, once we feel like they'll be responsible enough to go outside the subdivision, then yeah, we might explore that option. But it's all dependent on
So
on
was I like I can't front and act like I know that your kids well enough to understand their social lives, but would you say that Malia is now about the age that Timo was when he had that level of trust?
Uh, I would say Malia has gotten to those points a little bit faster.
Okay.
Just because Timo didn't reach those like maturity gates as quick as she has, you know.
Right, right,
So
right.
it's kind of, you know that's just it. Every child's a little different. Just kind of got to gauge that. We don't know about this small ruckus we have, the 3-year-old, but we don't know whether he's gonna mature fast or not. But we know for sure if he gets in the fight, he'll probably win. So we know
Hey,
that much.
that's important. The So is it fair to say that these indicators of maturity and in this discussion on maturity is based on feeling, not actual substance? Like, there's nothing that you could note that Malia was doing or saying or communicating or to show that she was ready for another level of trust. It was more of a feeling, right?
Just I guess like her track record, not to like make it sound like business, but like her track record with how she handles things, how she handles the kids on the school bus, how she handles kids at school, how she handles kids in the in gymnastics, and then and the great part about this little triangle that she actually hangs around, we know all the parents, so it's like we all have each other's numbers, so whenever the kids are over here at this house, like we're doing a sleepover right next, in my daughter's room right now. But like, uh, say all the girls are out, a mom will text, hey, where they at right now? Like, okay, they're at our house, or they went to the park 15 minutes ago. Things like that. So we have there is parents involved
Is
with her
it
freedom
is it
right
a
now,
group
but we do
chat?
trust her.
Is
Yeah,
it a group? Oh,
yeah,
that's it. That's awesome.
yeah.
So is it like, you're explaining this triangle and I'm a Laker fan, so I'm picturing the triangle offense, right? Um, is there is there a stipulation where they're not supposed to deter from if they're going from one of A, B, or C, they're not supposed to deter or go to another stop?
Yeah, and there's certain sidewalks that they can't take. It's just like, and it's not because hey, that's a shady sidewalk. It's so we can control the movement. Like, hey, these are the paths that they take. So if they went to the park 15 minutes ago, they would have took this sidewalk here. You know, so
Yeah.
that it's just like a mental confirmation. So if I go to the park and where one of the moms said, hey, they're at the park, they're not there. Uh, I just I go straight to that sidewalk. Okay, cool. Do I see bikes on the ground anywhere? Cool. Oh, I see them. They're on the corner. They're talking to their new friend or something like that.
Yeah, yeah.
But it's all about just containing.
And none of
You
these
know.
kids at their age level have any kind of tracking device, right? Like this is literally just from your trust and where she said she was and where they say they are.
Oh, we got walkie talkies.
All
The
right.
the girl the girls carry walkie talkies, and they're all they're 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 good enough to reach within the neighborhood boundaries. So
And they
like
stay
they
and they stay
even if they
charged.
venture off, not always, because the kids leave them on and they're battery powered. Like like actual like Duracell batteries. So
Oh,
like when the
like
kids leave it on,
double
it
A's,
dies.
yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Then it turns into one of those things where it's like, give me your walkie-talkie. No, you're in trouble. Give me,
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
something like that. But yeah, no, I mean, just kind of, we do have some systems in place to make sure that she's safe.
That's awesome.
You
No,
know, of course, anything can happen, but we can control it.
yeah, and it's like I think about this a lot, right? I have two girls, one that's gonna be coming less than 2 months now, and one that's starting to crawl. So I think about it a lot, and it's not just like when you're doing safety things, it's not you can't just be thinking like moment, in my opinion. Like I'm trying to instill habitual safety measures that become natural.
Mm-hmm.
Like, does that make sense? Like
Yeah.
you said, the sidewalk wasn't sketchy, right? But there's a reason to avoid it.
Yeah.
And I guess I want my girls' conscious to be so solid that they know someday that doesn't feel right. Like, dad probably wouldn't want me walking down there.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think that's dope that you I guess you found a way to make her and her friends feel like feel cool with their permissions, when really you're instilling a safety
Yeah.
measure. And
Yeah.
that's sick. That's good parenting. um Anyways, yeah, I have a master's degree, so I can say that I can analyze.
But I appreciate it. Yeah, but
It's
it's cool because they feel free, you know, because like I'll drive down the street, you know, on the way to the commissary or PX or something like that, and I'll just see them zooming in their bikes, you know, hair in the wind, just flying. Like they probably think they're like the most free birds in the world, but they're contained right now.
Yeah,
So
you have like literally eyes on these dudes, and they think that they're
yeah,
alone. That's awesome. All right,
yeah.
man. I think that's really like all I got. That was some good stuff, though. The and it's if you didn't know, it's Mexican Independence Day today, so that's pretty
I did
cool.
not know
It's
that.
pretty much our 4th of July down here. We didn't we didn't really celebrate much because we celebrated by like we went to church and yeah. I didn't, it wasn't like a
Yeah,
church service. We just went to like a famous church that's like 35 minutes away and checked it
yeah.
out and did some praying action, and that was about it. But it was cool.
Look, look.
Some drunk dude tried to get wild on me. I said, I just put him up like this. I didn't swing or nothing. I just
Just
showed
give
him
him
out.
that.
I just showed him I was willing to, and
Yeah.
it deterred it. Like that's like
He didn't call
50%
your
of.
bluff.
Nah, he didn't. Nah, he fell for it, bro. It's like
Oh, this
50.
fool got a charger hat on.
It's like
Hell
50%
no.
of fighting is the way you go from chill to your stance, dog. It's like, what up?
Yes,
Yeah,
sir.
that's like that's that's
Hey,
50.
my go-to is just drop everything in my hands at that moment in time. I just walk straight in them. And they're like, "Whoa, this dude just dropped his phone."
Oh yeah, his that bottle of tequila. Like
Yeah,
that's awesome, man.
but it's not a bluff. Hey, I'm coming.
Nah, this dude didn't do anything like warranting it. He just got close to. He got close to my boundary. He was walking a little bit too close to me and my family, like, and being a little bit too loud and stuff like that. He didn't like directly insult anybody, or else it would have been a pop pop. There wouldn't even have been that transition. It would have been a
Yeah.
left and it would have been a lefty and a righty. But
Yeah,
anyways, bro, it was nice catching up with you. I'm gonna produce this stuff, put it out tomorrow, and then I think we'll go back to bi-weekly as much as we can.
for sure. All right, man.
Tell
Congrats on the
everyone,
new place.
thanks, dog. Tell everyone I said hi. Tell everyone I said what up.
Right. Hey, likewise, man. Bang bang Niner gang.
No, bolt up. Peace.
Peace.